Hello, my friends. Welcome to a new episode of Engineering with Sophie and George. Sometimes, when they drive through the street, they have realized how important and safe it is to have a pavement designed correctly. Since, as we know, there have been countless traffic accidents on a bad pavement because many drivers travel at high speed on a route and do not have the possibility of reacting in a timely manner when they encounter a road damage.
Of course, George, the health, witty, and the safety play a very important role. Speaking of behaviorality, I will tell you that in 2019, there were about 24,595 traffic accidents, within which 2,180 deaths were registered, which is a worrying number, since the main causes of the accidents are speeding, traffic distractions, and sudden lane change. If of this you add a cracked pavement or that has areas where the soil eroded and pooping occurs. That is, when pavements are subject or a large number of very heavy well loads with free water of top or base layer. Granular materials can be eroded with the pulsation action of water. Now, in 2021, the figure until April is a 6,460 traffic accidents with a total of 651. With this data, we can be clear about the importance of having pavements in a good condition of roads.
All software are really warring figures, and it makes us realize the importance that drivers must respect traffic laws and drive safely. And as future engineers, we know that we must design payment structure in a correct way, respecting the regulation in force and above all considering that countless lives and family will pass through this structure. To begin, it is important to know what a payment is, which is composed of a set of superimposed layers that are designed and built in a technical way with appropriate and properly compacted materials, which are supported on the subgrades, and the main function of this structure is withstand cyclical load generated by vehicles. You know there are three different types of payment, within which we have flexible on or asphalt payment, rigid or concrete payment, and compositive payment.
Yes, I have noticed that not all pavements are the same. For example, in Loja we have flexible pavements, which are characterized by having a thread layer that is generally made of asphalt, while the Loja Zamora road is made of a rigid pavement, which is made of a rolling layer of concrete slab. Later, we will talk about this type of pavements and their characteristics.
The flexible payments are largely resistant with better materials on top where the intensity of streets is high and inferior materials at bottom where the intensity is low. This design principle makes possible that use of local materials and usually results in a most economical design. Specialty regions where the high quality materials are expensive, but local materials of inferior quality are rarely available. The flexible payment usually consists of three codes: surface course, base course, and sub-base course. It's important to mention that these codes are supported in the subgrade. The surface course is the top course of an asphalt pavement, sometimes called the wearing course. It must be thought to resist distortion under traffic and provide a smooth and skid-resistant trading surface. It must be waterproof to protect the entire pavement and subgrade from the weakening effect of water. The base course is the layer of material immediately beneath the surface course. It can be composed of crushed stone, crushed slag, or other untreated or stabilized materials. The sub-base course is the layer of material beneath the base course. The reason that two different granular materials are used is for economy. Instead of using the more expensive base course materials for the interior layer, local and cheaper material can be used as a sub-base course on top of the subgrade. Finally, the subgrade is the soil material on which the pavement structure rests. It must have good resistance to deformation as well as to rigidity, and the most important thing is bearing capacity. Some of the advantages of using flexible paints are: they have no permeable granular layers to entrap water and impede performance, time required for construction is reduced, they provide and retain uniformity and the pavement structure, they are less affected by atmosphere or frost, there is little or no reduction in subgrade strength.
The word of flooding in Fantastic George. What you told us about flexible flooring is very interesting. Now, let me tell you about rigid flooring.
Sure, Sophie, tell us about rigid pavement.
Rigid pavements are constructed of Portland cement concrete. In contrast to flexible pavement, rigid pavements are placed either directly on the prepared subgrade or on a single layer of granular or stabilized material, because there is only one layer of materials under the concrete and above the subgrade. So call it a base course, other absorbed base.
Sorry, Sophie, what is the pumping?
Good question, George. The popping is the ejection of water of subgrade soil through joint and cracks and along the edge of pavements, caused by downward and slab moments due to have axle loads. The sequence of events leading to popping includes the creation of void space under the pavement caused by the temperature cooling on the slab and the plastic deformation on the subgrade. The entrance of water, the ejection of muddy water, the enlarge of void space, and finally the floating and cracking of the late slab ahead of traffic. Three factors must exist simultaneously to produce impact. One, the material under the concrete slab must saturate with the free water. If the material is well drained, no pumping will occur. Two, there must be frequent pace of the heavy wheel loads. Pumping will take place only under heavy wheel loads with a large slab deflection. And three, the materials under the concrete slab must be erodible.
Finally, a composite pavement is composed of wood, asphalt, and concrete. The use of concrete as a bottom layer and asphalt as a top layer results in an ideal pavement. With the most desirable characteristics, the concrete provides as a strong base and the asphalt provides a smooth and non-reflective surface. However, this type of pavement is very expensive and is rarely used as a new construction.
Well, this has been all for today's chapter. With the topic as interesting as pavements and types of pavements, if you want to use continue to talk about such interesting topics, do not forget to subscribe and give it a like. See you soon, colleagues.
And remember that we were born to change the world.